People just don't respect us.
Well, we could buy people's respect.
Too expensive.
What's up? I'm getting real good at them clickbaity ass titles, huh? I'm gonna be phoning in this video very hard. I don't really know what I want to talk about, but it just feels like it's been a while since I made one, you know, and I don't want to lose the momentum. Title's obviously, you know, very dramatic, but I actually think this is a really good technique for having self-respect. If you're ever in a situation where you don't know what to do, imagine you were hearing it from your friend. It's hard to respect yourself a lot of the times because it's very easy to like compromise yourself because, you know, you have control over your own actions. And when things are left to you, it's, you know, it's easy to bargain with yourself. It's easy to, you know, just be like, oh, whatever. Like, think about, I always go to dating, but think about, like, you see your friend with, like, a, you know, 10 out of 10, whatever, like, oh, baddie, you know, and, she just treats him, like, horribly. A lot of people will pull the old, like, dude, I would never let that happen to me. I don't care how hot she is, man. I'm not putting up with that. And then you see them in the same situation and they got the leash around them, you know, they're being dog walked. Good boy, dumbass. But it's like super easy to look at situations from the outside in. You know, if you see someone in a bad relationship, it's very easy to just be like, I'd get out of it. If you see someone not completing an assignment, it's very easy to just be like, I'd, you know, do the assignment. If you see someone afraid to like tell someone like their dad that, I don't know, they're gay, it's easy to be like, yo, just come out to your dad, man, he'll still love you. It's so easy to just tell other people to do stuff, but when it comes to your own situations, you compromise because you no longer just have to tell someone to do something, you actually have to do it, and that shit's hard. That's why you just imagine that if your friend was in a situation, would you let them go through that? You know, all those situations listed before. No, you would tell them to act. You would be like, don't stay in that relationship. Don't procrastinate that assignment. Start that business. You know, whatever. Like, you would never let someone you respect go through that shit. So why would you let yourself settle for any less? And, you know, there's obviously going to be exceptions to that. You know your own situation best. So maybe, like, you hear about a situation from a friend, like, oh, yeah, like, my girl treats me like shit, or, you know, my boyfriend treats me like shit. And your first instinct is to just tell them to get out of there, but you don't actually know what's going on. You don't know the situation. They know it best. But at the end of the day, like 99% of the time, if you can imagine telling your situation to your friend and you think that they would tell you to get out of it, then you should probably listen. That's really all it is. It's just so much easier to like have respect for someone else because you don't have to make their decisions. You just have to like, you know, look at their situation and think of the best thing to do. It's like a choose your own adventure book. Another very good method for self-respect is just like take a fictional character that you respect and just think like, what would they do? And like, why can't I do that? If you don't feel like going to the gym, just ask yourself, what would Kobe do? Like, Kobe would go to the gym. And are you ever going to be Kobe? No, you're not going to be Kobe, dude. Nobody's going to be Kobe. Kobe was, like, probably arguably the hardest working person on the planet. Kind of an asshole, too. But, like, you know, he could hoop. Nobody can take that away from him. And he worked hard. So, ask yourself, what would Kobe do? What would Kobe do? Would Kobe, like, stay home and eat Cheetos and watch Has-Been Hotel? I've never seen that. Or would Kobe go to the gym and get his workout in? Maybe hoop too. Kobe would go to the gym. And that brings me to another technique that I was thinking about, and I just forgot. Oh, another like this isn't the best technique for self-respect, but another like good technique for motivation, even if it's just, you know, a few time use, is think that like if you had one day left to live, or if there was like a kid from a third world country in your position, like what would they do? If they had like the opportunities that you did, and they had like been liberated from brewing crack in a warehouse, do you really think that they would sit on their ass or stay in some stupid relationship or procrastinate on an assignment? No, dude. Like, they'd get that shit done because their life sucks. Your life does not suck nearly as bad as you think it does, so just take some initiative. Enjoy it. You know, it's gonna suck sometimes, like everything does. No matter how good you're doing, you're always gonna be uncomfortable at times. You're always gonna be in crappy situations, and things are always gonna be hard. You know, growth is uncomfortable. But if somebody from a cocaine farm in China was in your position, they would not be as lazy as you. So don't get outdone by a kid in a cocaine farm in China. They're making coke and you're not. So quit being a dumbass. Thank you.